Chimaev coughed up blood, flirted with retirement, then stormed back into a title shot, this time against oxygen machine Dricus du Plessis. One man drowns opponents in pace, the other mauls them in minutes. Here's why UFC 319 could shake the entire division.
Craziest thing I've ever seen. Thrown up like blood. As far as I know now, he's in Russia, he's in camp, he's focused, he's a superstar. He's one of the biggest stars in the UFC. When you have this kind of pressure, sometimes people doesn't know how to handle it. It's hard to bet against focused Khamzat, healthy Khamzat. I think he can beat anyone on any given day. As talent, as technique, it's Khamzat. If you go to the third and fourth and fifth round, how this fight gonna go? I believe Khamzat can go there. Did to him what he did to Robert Whittaker. 100%.
Ilia Topuria doesn't just win. He predicts the exact round, then cashes the prophecy. Volk, Holloway, Oliveira, boom. Is he the next pay-per-view king or just the featherweight boogeyman?
What did you think about Ilia's last performance?
Incredible. Absolutely unbelievable.
You guys probably knew, I mean, I always saw him as being like a big star, but has that surprised you at all? How dominant he's been?
Yeah. I mean, you know, you don't know until it plays out, and then calling the round, calling how he's going to do it, and doing it to the guys that he's done it to is unbelievable. You know, Volk, Holloway, and now Charles.
Chael Sonnen thought he'd felt every kind of punch, until Dan Henderson clipped him from clinch range and flipped reality upside down. To understand raw knockout power, you have to see the H-bomb in action.
Who was the hardest puncher that I had been in there with? I think you and I could agree with one, though. One guy that hit harder than just about anyone. Dan Henderson. Dan Henderson never got to hit me. He never really got to hit me. Outside of him being on his back and hitting me, or in the clinch, like hitting me a couple times, I could not believe how much impact he was making from such a short distance. I was like, what is this dude made out of? Like, you used to spar with him. That's crazy.
He used to throw that hand in practice, and then he would argue that because he had the big glove on, it was okay. I've never been knocked down in a fight. I've never even been knocked down. Daniel, he hit me with that hand. I remember the late, great Robert Follis going, hey, you're going to be okay. Hey, hang on. I remember trying to like piece together what happened. And Dan looks at me while I'm still on the ground and goes, I didn't even hit you that hard. And I remember I couldn't respond. Like,
Georges St-Pierre mastered every angle of the fight game, except the panic attacks hours before the walkout. Hear the GOAT explain why the terror was unbearable, yet the victory high was irresistible.
Like the kick, the high that you get when you win, I will probably never ever touch that again because it was mixed martial art. I'm not going to compete in mixed martial art. But, you know, competition brings you a kick, you know, when you win. I like that. I don't like the, when I was competing, the before the fight, you know, for me, the stress, the fear, for me, it was unbearable, but I did it. I needed to go through that in order to get the kick, you know? So the bigger is the risk, the bigger is the reward, so to speak. So yeah, it was a love-hate relationship with my sport that I had for many years.
Strict diet, 8 weeks in South Florida, and a promise to leave on his own terms. Dustin Poirier is tuning up for what might be the perfect goodbye. Will it really be the final dance? Let's dive into his mindset.
I tried to get into like the middle space of this last one, try to do everything right, not that I didn't before, but just try to be extra. Like I started my diet a few weeks before I even left to come out for training camp. And I've been in South Florida for 8 weeks now. So just try to get ahead of everything, you know. We'll try to make the last one the best one and show the world that I'm walking away from this sport, not because I feel like I can't compete with these guys or anything like that. I'm not getting squeezed out of the sport. I'm not letting the sport retire me. I want to go out there, have an incredible performance, and leave on my terms.
Justin Gaethje flattened Dustin Poirier, snatched the BMF strap, and now he's drawing a hard line. Give him the next lightweight title shot, or he walks away for good.
He's at this point be like, I fought Fazif for you guys to give you a good co-main event, and he put on a great fight, and he still got a bonus. At least he can do for me. I'm 36 years old. He deserves it way more than Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira 2-2 in his last 4. Justin Gaethje 3-1 in his last 4. He knocked out Dustin Poirier, and Dustin Poirier ended up getting a title shot of beating a guy number 14. Yeah. Nobody can say shit to Justin Gaethje. They want him to fight Paddy Pimblett. I know what the UFC doing. They want Paddy to win, to fight Ilia, and there'll be a huge fight.
Will Justin Gaethje say, I'm done with the sport?
I think he's the type of guy who will. Justin Gaethje will walk away.
Damn. I agree. He's the most honest, one of the most honest, principled guy that I would say.
Dana White just dangled the biggest carrot in MMA. If Islam Makhachev climbs one more weight class and bags the welterweight belt, a super fight with knockout prophet Ilia Topuria is on deck. 2 champs, 3 divisions, and a pound-for-pound crown hanging in the balance. This could be the showdown of the decade. Here's the boss spelling out how the chess pieces have to fall.
Another massive fight would be Ilia versus Islam too.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, Salim is obsessed with that fight.
Oh, really?
He's obsessed with it. And I tell him, I'm like, but they both got to win more fights in their division first, right? That's kind of how you do it, right? When it's like they both run through their division, and then it's like you're in the position where it's like, I got to make this. That's what happened with Volk Islam, right?
Well, the other thing is too is that Islam moves up, and obviously if Islam won the title, you know, you immediately have a super fight with him and Ilia. So
could that be if Islam gets one victory? Could that potentially happen?
You have to see. It's one thing to sit around. This is what the media always tries to do, sit around and talk about these fights before they happen, or, you know, hypothetically speaking. I don't like hypothetical. These are options that we have if things play out that way, but you never know what's going to happen.
From flying knee icon to cage-side well-wisher, Jorge Masvidal just sent a heartfelt prayer to former rival Ben Askren.
This goes out to the one and only Ben Askren. What's up, my brothers? I know we were rivals in the ring. I just want to say, God bless you. And when I get back in America, if I could come shake your hand, brother, and just share a prayer with you, it'll be amazing, man. I know you're going to pull through this because you're a warrior, brother. God bless. Your story is crazy inspirational, what you're going through right now. God bless you, man. I'm hoping to get back and be able to just shake your hand, bro. I hope all is well, brother.
Ilia Topuria just handed Du Bronx his first clean KO.
Tá ligado? Nunca tinha sido nocauteado. Tinha tomado knockdown, tinha tomado TKO, mas nunca tinha sido nocauteado. Tomei ali, levantei e tava de boa. Ali não. Não sabia o que tinha acontecido, não sabia como tava, né? É algo novo pra mim. Com certeza, o cara que bate mais forte, que me bateu mais forte, não tem nem como negar. Eu tomei muitas pancadas de caras duríssimos. Dusty Gate, tomei muita pancada. Dusty Poirier, Michael Chandler, eu tomei pancada que me deram knockdown, que mexeram. Mas de verdade, o cara bate muito duro.
Strickland's light spar with Phil Rowe looked more like a cage-side co-main. Jabs, trash talk, and a near finish that set social media ablaze. If those stories punched your adrenaline button, smash like, hit subscribe, and we'll keep the fight world's wildest moments queued up for you.